Okay. Hello, Metro staff. And or maybe just Caleb, Pastor Caleb. I don't really know. But okay. Well, I'm Taylor Lemon, and I go to school at Liberty University right now. I'm a freshman. I'm 19 years old, and okay, I'm gonna tell you my testimony and what I expect out of um, the volunteer internship. All right. Well, I was like 6, maybe 7, like really young, when I think I did the action of like getting down on my knees and like what I remember, and I really feel like this is like a memory like given to me by God, so I can like tell people this, but like I remember getting down on my knees, putting my hands on the chair, and like I'm pretty sure it was Melody Siddle, and like that's what I remember, like because she worked at the church, she was in the church, the children's ministry that I was at, the church I was at when I was that young. But and I think that was like when I made the action of like wanting Jesus in my life, and I remember listening to her pray for me, and pray over me. Um, and but the thing is, honestly, is like I couldn't tell you a time when I didn't believe in Jesus and I didn't believe what he did for me and I didn't believe that there was a God. Like there was just never a time when I didn't believe in it. Um, and so I just went through life like just being a good kid. Like I just grew up and never drank, never smoked cigarettes, never like did pot, never like I barely cussed. I mean, honestly, I barely ever cussed. And I like my parents got divorced, and we stopped going to that church, but then my dad started going to Metro because of the Moors introduced him to Metro. So we started going there, and then I just grew up in Metro, and like I don't know, it just I was really like submersed in like church. And so like I just grew up going to church and everything, and then I got really close to like everyone in the church, and then I moved away. And I just this whole time, pretty much till I was 16, I was just like being a good kid, like listening to my parents, sometimes reading my Bible, praying before I went to bed at night, sometimes praying at meals, like just like very basic Christianity, like just the forefront of Christianity. And then I went to move to Colorado. I didn't want to go at all. And it was a really hard time because my sister and I were both bitter that we had to go. My dad didn't want to sit. My dad wanted us home. My mom moved because her husband at the time got a job there. So, by the way, not a good idea. Just giving me a free reign to tell you my testimony because it could take me like an hour. So get comfortable. But I'll try to make it short. But yeah. So we moved there. Hated it. I was mad at my mom. Was mad at my stepdad Paul at the time, and my sister and I got closer because we were there, but we weren't friends before. So like went there. I didn't have a church either. Like we tried a bunch of churches and none of them was the same as Metro. And like I don't know, it's kind of bad, but I just am so connected to Metro that it was just really hard to like go to a whole different place. And so I didn't have a church family. I left my like real family at home, most of them at home. And so I didn't have anyone. Like I didn't have my friends anymore, and like I didn't have my family. I didn't have any family because I didn't trust my mom. I didn't trust Paul. Like I didn't talk to them. Like we cried every Sunday, like not even a joke. Like it was something, and like Wednesdays we would joke, "Oh, we're going to cry Sunday," but we really did. Every Sunday we would fight. Um and so God really like when I was 16, like and looking back now, I'm like, how could I was I even mature enough to like for God to bring me to him? But like he was just like, "Taylor, you do not follow me the way you're supposed to follow me." And that was it. Like that's all he said. And I was like, whoa. And so like I was like, I am supposed to follow God a different way. And so that's just that hit me, and like a bunch of stuff happened to make that, and like that's a whole nother story in itself. And like honestly I can't even remember all the crazy stuff that happened, but like just really cool. He just was like I didn't have anyone else. I just had to rely on him. Like, I had to turn to him. Like, I prayed and read my Bible all the time in Colorado because, like, I grew up knowing that was right, but I never did it because I never had to. Then I didn't have anyone, and I had to read my Bible. And, like, he was the only one I had. And, like, just very spiritual time in Colorado for, like, about a year when I was 16. So basically, the point of Colorado was that God showed me that I was following him the wrong way. And the only thing I knew that I needed to do was follow him with everything. Like, completely follow after Jesus. Like, and I just knew that I was following the wrong thing. Like, I was just giving him part of me, and that's it. Like, that's where it stopped. Then, actually, it was like, I don't know why, like, it was just like I was dating this guy at the time, and it was when I was 18 and I was a senior, and like this whole time, like, I just have been growing. Like, I was, for about 2 years, I was seeking what it was that needed to be different. And I didn't realize I was seeking it, but I was. And then, like, nothing was ever good enough. Like, I could never serve enough at church. I could never, like, pray enough. Like, it wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. And then I was dating this guy, and he went to Liberty too, and he was learning at the time. Like, him and his friends were talking, like, so much, and he would talk to me about how, um sorry, I just moved my computer a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so he was talking at the time about how, like, about a relationship with God, and I was like, relationship. And I really, like, I mean, I'd heard it all through church. Relationship with Jesus, have a relationship, but, like, and I even heard people say, like, you need to accept Jesus in your heart and have a real relationship with him. But it just stopped there. Like, it never dug in and was like, you need to love me because I love you. Like, Jesus, like, it just never clicked. And so, but we talk about that a lot, and then it kind of, like, opened it up to me more. And so then I kind of started seeking that on my own. Like, we would talk about it, and I started seeking it on my own, and then gradually, more gradually, I would find it. And then, like, one time, like, this is gonna be so long, but, like, okay, so basically, it's like, I came to Liberty to visit him, and, like, I just realized how I was so prideful. I was, like, drowning in pride. And I realized that I never let anyone see who I was because I didn't want them to see how I was such a sinful person. And in doing that, it was hindering my relationship with Christ. And as soon as I, like, opened up and I was like, God, I'm drowning in pride. Like, it was just like floodgates open, and God, and it's just like, from then on, it's just been like boom, 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 like, relationship, like everything is about a relationship with Christ. Like, and Christ is the gospel. Like, Christ is everything. Like, he is, like, the center. Like, that's where I am now. Like, basically, like, my testimony is gonna go till I die, pretty much, because, like, I don't know, it's just like I said, like, I don't know how to just tell people, well, I've always believed Jesus was the way. Because I don't think that's it. Like, I think that what I have now, like, this is what God ultimately called me to do when he first picked me as a child. Like, when he first called me to him as a child, like, I don't know why I was blessed enough to follow him for so long, but praise God, for some reason I was. And, like, now, like, this is what it's all been about, is that this relationship part. And so that's where I am now, just, like, diving into the relationship and what it means to completely leave, to completely die to this earth and fall in love with him, no matter what. Um, so yeah, that's my testimony. Um, and I guess, like, what I expect from the internship is, well, first of all, like, I know it's volunteer, and